Welcome to Amberger Smackdown on today's financialnews.com. I'm J. Christoph Amberger. Back in the early 1990s, they defined an optimist as an investment banker who ironed 5 shirts on a Sunday night. What goes around comes around. After years of record revenues, record profits and record bonuses, the banking industry is suffering from that not-so-fresh feeling. Since last summer, Wall Street firms have slashed approximately 26,000 jobs. More are expected to follow. Even Shearson Lehman, less hurt than its peers by the subprime mess, is expecting layoffs to hit around 10% of its workforce. The number of positions to be liquidated at Bear Stearns is as yet undisclosed, but could hit 20 to 50% of the current workforce. The US banking industry is burning. Individual banks are losing amounts every quarter that are on par with the GDPs of mature economies. But even worse than losses are the dimming prospects of revenues. Those bankers still ironing shirts are not exactly busy. Mergers are off by half, investment banking fees are off 48% from last year. Lending revenues have dropped 84%, and that's just the beginning. Private equity deals are also drying up. For every $1 billion not spent, $4 million in advisory fees will not be charged, $7 million in lending fees are not generated, and $5 million in mortgage fees remain unpaid. Down the line, $6 to $10 million for every private equity billion will not be created. No wonder investors are bailing out, and Bear Stearns sold for $2 a share to its closest competitor. There are analysts who consider this situation an American problem. But those US banks that are hovering at the edge of bankruptcies now are not US institutions anymore. They're global companies owned by and owning large chunks of other banks all over the world. Nor are bad loans an American phenomenon. Look at China. Their 4 largest banks are sitting on over $1 trillion worth of non-performing loans. While Chinese banks and their bad loan loads withstand global investor scrutiny, as the US importers of Chinese-made goods find it difficult to finance their purchases? Or will we see a new Olympic discipline introduced at the Games in Beijing this August? After curling and beach volleyball, maybe we get treated to exhibitions of competitive shirt ironing. By the time the Bob Costas of the world launch into in-depth reports on your favorite athletes' diets next summer, the field will be truly international. For today's financialnews.com, I'm J. Christoph Amberger.
Prices could realistically get as high as $73 or $74 a barrel this summer.